I'm Shannon Kanashige and I'm Fringeish. Today I wanted to go over some strap stretches we can do. These type of stretches are a great way to warm up for a practice or before a run, a hike, any kind of movement, classes. Also a good cool down after something like weight training or kind of like any sort of like intense activity as well. When the muscles are all nice and warmed up, you can get a whole different type of stretch out of them. So I like to do this practice a lot. Sometimes I use it for a warm up in my my public classes, and sometimes this will be my entire practice for the day as well. So we're going to start with a strap, and later on in the practice we might be using a couple blocks for when we do our leg portion. I'm going to be seated. You can also be seated in a chair, or you can do the upper body standing as well. I'm going to sit on a bolster because my sciatica is acting up. But I highly recommend, if you do have problems like sciatica, making sure that you're sitting on something that's raised and maybe a little softer than the floor. So why don't we take a few moments and just kind of ground and center. So we can come into whatever position is comfortable for us. You can be cross-legged, you can have a wide-legged stance. I personally just like butterfly, feet together, knees out. And find a nice long spine. Rest the arms somewhere against the body, maybe hands on legs, over heart, on the belly, anything that feels good. We'll take a few breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, maybe with a nice sigh. Just really letting go of the day. Taking a moment to come into the body, maybe noticing if we're hunching the shoulders up, letting those kind of be heavy. Releasing the biting surfaces of the mouth, the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Just noticing the breath. Noticing if maybe our inhale is deeper than our exhale, if we're breathing into the chest or the belly. No judgment, we're just noticing where we're at in this moment. If we like, we can maybe start to notice the inhale, the pause, and the exhale. And start to notice the sensations in the body. So maybe starting at the feet, kind of working our way up. Noticing if we have any tension, any stress, any kind of tender bits that we need to be really careful of today. Likewise, any areas that maybe just really feel like they need to move or stretch. Beautiful. When we're ready, we can slowly start to flutter open the eyelids. And we're going to reach for our strap. So we can stay in this leg position if it's comfortable for us. Maybe we like to have our legs open wide, or maybe one in, one out, whatever works for you today. We'll start with the strap, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 feet apart. You can adjust this as we move. So on our inhale, we're going to bring the arms up above us. Just really kind of feeling the stretch. Now we're going to notice if we're pulling the shoulders up to the ears and maybe try to bring those down a bit. And we're going to start to move the strap back. So maybe it's kind of a little in front of us. We'll start to move it maybe overhead. Maybe see if we can get our arms on either side of the head. And if you can't, that's fine. Just go as far as you're comfortable with. But if you have the mobility, maybe we come a little bit further back. And if you feel like it's a little tight, try maybe moving the hands further apart. That's really going to increase mobility here. And then maybe start kind of coming down along the back. And I usually tend to have a moment where I'm like, oh, there's a bump there. Okay. If you need to, feel free to bend one arm to get over that kind of hump. We don't want to pull the muscles. We just want to stretch gently. So we never want to be in pain. A little discomfort is okay, especially if you're working on increasing mobility, but we don't want to be in pain. We're going going to start to bring the arms down towards the front. Most of us tend to have a bit more mobility in the front, and then come back up. Beautiful. We're going to take a moment here. Again, check our shoulders. Maybe they've crept up. Let them fall back down. We're going to come into a side stretch. So we're going to bring the right arm down and kind of turn the body, stretching, really breathing into the ribs, into the side body. Noticing maybe how the stretch intensifies with the breath, releases with the exhale. And then on our next inhale, we'll come up straight. We're going to come to the opposite side, so lowering the left arm, coming into the side bend. Nice deep breaths. Just noticing where in the body we're feeling the sensation, where we're feeling release, maybe where we're feeling stretch. And on the inhale, we'll come back up. We're going to bring the arm back down to the right, but we're going to try to keep the spine nice and straight. And then we're going to start to move the right hand back, just slightly. So take your time, notice the sensation, how it feels. When it starts to feel a little tight, that's where you should stop. Take a few breaths. And then maybe you can feel like you can go a little bit further if you can, great. If not, just stay where you are. And then when we're ready, we'll slowly start to bring the arm back. Come back up, and we're going to do the opposite side. So bringing the left arm down, bringing it behind, still trying to keep that length in the spine, just going as far as we're comfortable with. We have a great kind of breath technique we can do here. On the inhale, we're going to kind of bring our attention to wherever feels tight. And we're going to imagine as we inhale, that area fills with air and kind of pulls the muscle fibers apart. And on the exhale, as we release, we're going to kind of visualize the air draining away, taking the tension, taking the stress with it, until all we kind of feel is smooth muscle fiber in its wake. And again, if after a few breaths we feel like maybe we can go a bit deeper, feel free, but don't push yourself. Stay where you're comfortable. And then when we're ready, bringing the arm back, coming back up. Why don't you go ahead and release the strap for a moment, shake the hands out. It's a long time to hold the strap. Excuse me, it's a little itchy today. And then when we're ready, we can bring the arms back up. And we're going to go for some circles. So we're going to come down to the right. We're going to bring the left arm straight down in front of us. We're going to sweep to the left side, bring the right arm up, and come up. Beautiful. We'll do it again. Coming down, sweep, back up. Beautiful. We're going to do the opposite side. So coming down towards the right, bringing the right arm down, around, bringing that left arm up. Beautiful. Again, coming down. Beautiful. So we're getting quite a bit of mobility, quite a bit of stretch there. Maybe just take a moment and notice how the shoulders feel. Yeah. I'm going to straighten the legs out, just because that's how I'm comfortable right now. And I'm going to come into a bit of a cow nose stretch. So I'm going to bring my strap into my right arm, let it kind of dangle behind me. Reach my left hand back, grab the strap, and sort of wiggle the fingers together as close as they're comfortable with. So maybe you just move a little bit. Maybe you can move a bit more. It really just depends on the day. We'll take a few deep breaths here. So we're going to find length through the spine. Still trying to pull the elbow up. Pull this elbow down. Nice deep breath. Now on our inhale, we're going to raise the right arm, kind of bringing the left hand with it. Not too deep, just enough so you feel a little bit of sensation there. 2 breaths. And on the exhale, we're going to start to pull down with the right arm, with the left arm. Again, not too much. We just want to feel that kind of sensation through the tricep, taking nice deep breaths. Beautiful. We can go ahead and release, and then release the left arm, release the right arm. Maybe take a moment, kind of wiggle the shoulders out. And we're going to switch sides. So I'm going to take the strap into the left arm, bring my right arm back. Find the strap. There we go. Wiggle the hands together and take a few deep breaths here. Beautiful. Now on our inhale, we're going to raise the left arm up, taking the right hand with it. Nice deep breaths. And on the exhale, we're going to lower the right arm, bringing the left arm up. Beautiful. Again, we can kind of release our right hand, release the left hand. Beautiful. We'll set the strap down. We'll go for a couple shoulder rolls. So on the inhale, bring the shoulders up the front, exhaling down the back. Beautiful. 2 more. And really go at your own pace. Beautiful. Reverse it. So inhale at the back, down the front. Beautiful. So now we've kind of got the upper body all stretched out. Sometimes you may want to bring that arm over. Just take any little movements that feel good. Then we're going to come down onto our back, and we're going to do extended hand to big toe in a supine position or a reclined position. So I'm going to move my bolster that I was sitting on out of the way. I'm going to have my blocks nearby, and I'll show you an option for those as we come down. So again, we're just going to kind of comfortably recline down, making sure we have our strap nearby. I like to take a moment and really kind of find my body flat against the mat. So I'm going to inhale the right arm up, stretch it towards the left. Inhale the left arm up, stretch it towards the right. So I find that length between the shoulder blades. I'm going to lift my knees, and I'm going to kind of adjust my bum so that I feel like my spine is nice and flat against the mat. Sometimes it helps to kind of raise the knees. Do whatever you need to do. If you have a larger bum like me, it really helps to make sure that that lumbar is supported. And then we're going to grab our strap. We're going to bring our right ankle up to our left knee, secure the strap around the arch of the foot, and inhale up. So we're not going to yank on the strap. We're just letting the weight of gravity against our arms do the work. We have the option of keeping the left arm bent, or we can straighten it if we want a little bit more intense sensation. And we're going to take a nice deep inhale. On the exhale, we'll bring the foot towards the face. Now, I don't mean all the way to the face. It's just a nice visualization for what direction we want to move in. And we want to take nice, even breaths, really noticing the sensation in the back of the leg. So this is going to feel different for everybody, depending on where we hold tension or tightness. If you have tight hamstrings, you'll feel it there. You might feel it in the calves. You might even feel it in the low back and glute. Some of us feel it on the inner line of the leg. There's no wrong way to feel. Just notice what you're feeling. On our inhale, we'll come back up. We can bring the straps into our left hand near the base and bring the right hand up near the right foot. On our next exhale, we'll go ahead and open the leg towards the right as deep as we want. Now, we might only go a little bit. That's fine. You're still getting the stretch through the inner and outer sides of the leg. But if you can go deeper, feel free. And if you like, you can even bring a block underneath the leg to support and turn this into a much more restorative variation where you're really letting gravity do all the work here, since you don't even have to worry about holding the leg up. So after about 3 breaths here, we can start on our inhale to bring the leg back up. We're gonna switch hands, so we're gonna bring our left hand nearer the foot and bring the right hand down towards the bottom. Trying to keep our shoulders planted on the ground, we're gonna start to cross the right foot towards the left side of the body. So again, you might just get a little bit of mobility here, and that's fine. You're still getting that stretch. Take nice deep breaths. And if you want, maybe after a few breaths, you can go a bit deeper. Nice deep inhales, exhales. We can use that same breath technique, sending air to any of the tight spaces, releasing and relaxing on the exhale. We'll be here for about 1 more breath, so a total of 3. And on the inhale, we'll come back up. Now, if we've straightened the leg, we'll want to bend it again, lower the ankle down, remove the strap. I always find it's fun to take a stretch here and to really notice the difference in sensation between the 2 sides of the body. I tend to feel about half a foot taller on the stretch side. Then we can bring the legs back up, bring the left ankle on top of the right knee, secure our strap again around the arch. Inhale up, option to stretch the right leg. Inhale, bringing the foot towards the face, taking nice deep breaths. Noticing the sensation in the legs, where we're feeling tightness, where we're feeling release. On the inhale, straightening the leg, bringing the straps into the right hand near the base, left hand near the top, and on the exhale, we'll start opening that leg up. I have a wall here, and that's another option we have. We can rest the leg against a wall, against a couch, anything that we want if we want some extra support. Nice deep breaths. On the inhale, coming back up. And again, switching our hands. So right hand towards the foot, left hand towards the bottom. Trying to make sure that our back, our shoulders stay against the mat as much as possible as we bring the left foot towards the right side of the body. So if you pull over and the shoulder just keeps coming up, if you like, you can grab a towel or blanket to put underneath that shoulder so that we can still have that kind of ability to relax the shoulder. Or we can just bring the foot back in a bit more. Okay, so either of those options work. Again, taking nice deep breaths. On the inhale, coming back up, bringing the right knee up, placing the ankle on the knee, setting our strap off to the side, taking a nice stretch. Maybe rotating the ankles and wrists a bit, any little movements that feel good. When we're ready, we can raise the knees, roll onto the right side. Take a moment here. Sometimes when we've been laying down for a while, it can get a little dizzy if we sit right up, so let's take a breath. And when we're ready, we can gently come up to a seated position. Beautiful. So I hope you enjoyed the stretches. Obviously, you can spend as much time in each stretch as you need. I like to do the reclined bound angle with anywhere from 5 to 6 breaths per variation sometimes, and the same with the circles. Sometimes I'll do 4 or 5 of the circles. So really just whatever suits your body in the moment. So If you have any questions, if there's anything else you'd like to see, you can put it in the comments below. You can also catch me on Instagram at Fringeish. My DMs are always open. Or you can check out my public classes on my website, www.fringeish.com. So thanks, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.